Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the 49ers are entering the 2025 season with a bit of a puzzle on their hands. And no, it's not just about the offensive line or the defensive secondary, but specifically about their wide receiver core. It's a situation that has fans a little on edge because the depth at that position has been seriously tested by injuries. Brandon Ayuk, one of their top targets, will be out until at least October, which already puts a dent in the team's plans. You also have Jordan Watkins and John Jennings, who are entering the season not at full strength, which leaves the 49ers with a pretty thin wide receiver room right now. Imagine going into a season with only Russell Gage, Ricky Pearsall, and Skyy Moore as your healthy options. It's not ideal, especially when you're eyeing another deep playoff run and possibly a Super Bowl appearance. The team's front office is well aware of this, and they're actively looking for ways to bolster the roster before the games start to count. And that's where the latest news gets really interesting. Recently, the 49ers have been linked to a potential trade that could change the entire dynamic of their passing game. The player in question, Jakobi Meyers. Now, Meyers is currently a free agent in the eyes of the NFL universe because he's seeking a new contract and a better opportunity to showcase his talents. But the Las Vegas Raiders, who originally signed him, seem to be heading in a different direction. With the Raiders bringing in a new head coach, Pete Carroll, yes, the same guy who's been coaching the Seahawks for years, they're in a phase of retooling their roster. And that means some players, like Jakobi Meyers, could be on their way out. It's a pretty common scenario in the NFL when a new coaching staff comes in. Some players are not part of the long-term plan, especially if they're seeking a contract extension or a bigger role. Meyers, who has been pretty productive in his career, recently requested a trade because he's eager to find a new team where he can be a focal point of the passing attack. With the Raiders seemingly hesitant to offer him a new deal before the season, especially until they see how he performs under this new regime, Meyers has made it clear he's open to a change of scenery. And here's the interesting part for us 49ers fans. Why would the Raiders trade Meyers to San Francisco? Well, it makes a lot of sense if you think about it. The 49ers are looking to add some much-needed depth at wide receiver, and Meyers fits the bill perfectly. He's not just a temporary band-aid. He's a receiver with a proven track record, someone who can come in and make an immediate impact. Over his career, Meyers has racked up over 600 yards and 20 touchdowns, and last season, he surpassed 0 yards receiving. That kind of production is exactly what Brock Purdy needs to take some pressure off Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle, especially during those crucial moments in the game. Picture this, Meyers lining up as a reliable target, someone who can create separation, make tough catches, and be a go-to option on third down. His skill set complements the 49ers' offense perfectly. He's a route runner with good hands, and he's shown he can succeed in a system that emphasizes precision and timing. For Brock Purdy, having a receiver like Meyers would be a huge boost, especially with the injuries the team has faced at the position. It's about adding that extra layer of security, that reliable weapon that can step up when needed. Now, this potential trade isn't just about adding a player, it's about strategic roster management. The 49ers have been historically aggressive in acquiring players who can make an immediate difference, and Meyers would be just that. Plus, it's worth mentioning that the team has been very good at integrating new players into their system quickly, thanks to their offensive scheme and the coaching staff's ability to adapt. So bringing in Meyers wouldn't just fill a gap. It could elevate the entire passing game, giving Brock Purdy more options and making the offense even more unpredictable for defenses. And let's not forget, the 49ers front office has a track record of making smart moves before the season kicks off. They've been diligent in assessing their needs and making bold decisions to improve the roster. If Meyers becomes available and the trade talks pick up steam, it could be a game changer. The team's wide receiver room, which looked a bit thin just a few weeks ago, could soon be bolstered by a player who has already proven he can produce at a high level. But of course, there are still questions. Will the Raiders be willing to part ways with Meyers? What kind of draft picks or compensation might the 49ers need to send in return? These are questions that only time will answer, but the potential is definitely there. And for fans, it's exciting because it shows how active and aggressive the team's management is. They're not just sitting back waiting for things to happen, they're actively shaping the roster to maximize their chances of another Super Bowl appearance. Now, stepping back a bit to look at the bigger picture, the 49ers have been one of the most consistent teams in recent years. They've built a strong defense, a versatile offense, and a culture of winning. The core of their team, with Brock Purdy leading the charge, has shown resilience and adaptability. But football is a game of injuries and adjustments, and sometimes it's about making that one move that pushes you over the edge. Bringing in Meyers could be that move. It could be the addition that helps them unlock even more offense, especially in those tight playoff moments. And considering the division rivals, especially the Seahawks and Rams, are also making moves to improve, the NFC West is shaping up to be even more competitive this year. The 49ers are well aware that to stay on top, they need to be proactive. The trade for Jakobi Meyers would be a statement, a sign that they're serious about defending their division and making another deep playoff run. Now, I want to talk a little about the team's current season outlook. The 49ers have a talented roster, and their Super Bowl window is still wide open. The defense, led by stars like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, remains one of the best in the league. Offensively, Brock Purdy has shown he can be a franchise quarterback when protected and supported. But every team needs that extra weapon, that reliable receiver who can step up when it counts. Meyers could be that guy, especially given his experience and ability to perform under pressure. And let's not forget the coaching staff, led by Kyle Shanahan. He's known for his creative offensive schemes and his ability to get the best out of his players. If Meyers joins the squad, Shanahan will find ways to maximize his talents, incorporating him into the game plan seamlessly. That's part of what makes the 49ers so dangerous. They're always adjusting, always evolving, and always looking for ways to win. Looking ahead, the 2025 season could be one of the most exciting yet for San Francisco fans. The team has a solid foundation, and with strategic moves like potentially acquiring Jakobi Meyers, they're positioning themselves not just to compete but to dominate. The NFC West is tough, but the 49ers have the talent and the mindset to stay at the top. The addition of Meyers could be that extra piece of the puzzle that helps them finally break through and secure another Super Bowl victory. And for all the fans out there, this news is just the beginning. The offseason is always full of surprises, and the 49ers never shy away from making bold moves. Whether this trade happens or not, it's clear that the team is committed to improving and pushing for greatness. The excitement is palpable, and I know everyone's eager to see how this story unfolds in the coming days and weeks. The NFL offseason might seem quiet at times, but for the 49ers, it's a period of strategic planning, bold decisions, and relentless pursuit of excellence. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.